I have to say I've never had the Beatles warm up for me, so that's a little bit of a new gig for me. I'm going to have to remember that. Well, you know, there's some real estate markets out there that have seen some huge historic appreciation. Thank you. And then they've seen some huge decline, have they not, here recently? Some of the very sought after at one time markets. One of the things, Glenn, I think that we're ahead of ourselves here. Hang on one second. Maybe not. Glenn, I think we've got the wrong one up. Hello. Yeah. So anyway, what we want to talk about a little bit tonight is we're not here to flash the Beatles. We're not here to flash the markets that were, the hot markets. We are a company that really looks more at stable markets across the country that are emerging markets that have good, solid, diverse economies that have that are not markets that you're going to see 20% appreciation and then potentially a huge, thank you very much, then potentially, they're not risk markets. They're not exciting markets, but they're very solid economic markets we focus on markets that are solid economically, but also we focus on negotiating opportunities for our investors that are positive cash flow and that have negotiated savings and that have negotiated property management fees. So I'm going to run through a little bit of information about that. First of all, let me understand who I'm working with here. How many people have at least one investment property? Raise your hand. Awesome. Fantastic. How many people have 5 investment properties or more? Awesome. Awesome. How many people have positive cash flow properties? Smaller group, but still a good group. It's a little harder today, isn't it, to find good markets with positive cash flow opportunities? It is. I mean, we're looking for solid, steady markets, good security, good appreciation opportunity, positioned well for growth, but not necessarily the double-digit screamers that have higher risk. All right, so here's what Source One does. We really focus on mentoring. We've been around the industry for a lot of years. I've served in management roles in top 20 building companies, large development companies, been a broker since 1990. Our team all comes from the building industry and real estate industry, and so we're there. Mark Humphrey, I want to introduce in the back of the room, who is with us, who's our market manager for Ohio. Say hello to Mark. Thank you very much. So we're here at your service. We do not go out and put together elaborate presentations that we give you and charge you a bunch of money for. We're there to hold your hand, work with you throughout the process, step by step, and we enjoy that part of our job. All right, so again, we look for the best opportunities in the best markets, the best cash flow properties that we can find. We negotiate with builders and developers across the country. So property management fees. Again, discounted property management fees. We'll talk a little bit more about that. All right. I still haven't learned my lesson, obviously. All right. Glenn, help me out, bud. I've got a hell of a predicament here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying everything. Everything I push. You can push the button. How about that? All right, so anyway, and our services are free to you. What we do also, you guys, is we actually look for, there's so many different programs.
Pulling this one down.
Is that what I need to do?
Down.
Let's try it. Hey, all right, thank you. Now I got it down. But there's so many different loan programs, and there's so much diversity in what's happening out there in the mortgage market today. We actually shop different. We have one group out of Arizona that we use for one program. We have a group out of Denver that we use for another. So we help you identify some of the best programs that are out there. So today we're talking about Columbus, Ohio. Who would have thought Columbus, Ohio is a good place to invest? Would it have been on your top 10 list? No, it wouldn't. That's exactly right. But here it's kind of a sleeper investment market. We look at these markets that have these pockets of upside opportunity and have some good indicators. So let's look at the market. First of all, some of the major employers, Honda, Huntington Financial, Nationwide's headquartered there. It's in the top 3 cities the cities ranked in the top 3 cities of the future. The Franklin County has been recognized as one of the top counties in the nation for attracting and recruiting new business by expansion management. Who uses expansion management as a resource for learning about markets? Let me ask another question. Who here owns a property out of state? There we go. So we do have some people that, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm really not comfortable investing out of state. Well, we hear that a lot. We encourage you to do this. Make sure that you know your market before you invest in it. But we look at markets across the country, and we pick the ones that we feel have the best opportunities and the best foundation. We would rather you spend a little time, spend a little money, come see the property. Many of the people that we work with don't. They just say, hey, send us the information, they get comfortable with it, and they move forward. But it's better to invest in markets that have some growth, stability, and some good opportunities than it is to invest in your own backyard if your backyard isn't a very good market. Right? Would you agree? Okay. Okay, so again, Columbus, believe it or not, it's the 15th largest city in the U.S. Many people don't know that. So some of the rankings, some of the things that are happening there, it's ranked top 10 by Money Magazine, best places to live in the best big cities. Columbus, Ohio's 2007 list made the list for the top 50 hottest markets by Expansion Management. Again, Expansion Management is a site selector magazine and service that is a support system for people that are looking for companies, site selection teams that are looking at new markets to grow and relocate into, right? So it's a great resource. So please use it. I think it's expansionmanagement.com, okay? If you don't find it there, let me know and I'll find it for you. All right. Columbus ranks in the top 10 public schools. I think I skipped most affordable housing cities with population over 1 million. We want to look, one of the things that we look at is we look at affordable markets that have a good price to rent ratio, right? So you want to get as low a price and as high a rent as you can for your investment because we create positive cash flow with our investments. Public schools, again, top 10 public schools with city population over 1 million. We want to make sure that the school systems are good, that the infrastructure's good, that the labor market's good, which is the next one. Columbus ranks number 2 in the country for best labor market, cities with population over 1 million. So again, kind of a sleeper market. A lot of people don't think, oh, I'm going to rush out and invest in Columbus. But you know what? You're looking for a good market that's stable, diverse economy, that's got all the indicators there for future growth, that's got, good cost of living, that's got, good rent rate for the price point of the property. It's a heck of a good market. Obviously, Ohio State University is there, if you didn't know that. Yeah, there's a bigger. There's one in every crowd, I tell you. So great lifestyle, neat riverfront, real interesting and fun downtown area. A lot of entertainment there. It's a very cool town. All right, so what's happening that's causing this opportunity that we have tonight? Well, obviously, it's no surprise to you that, that the building market slowed just a tad. So having been in that position as a division president and an operations manager in the past, basically what we did was, as a public company builder, and many of the regional builders and privately held builders are in the same boat. When at the beginning of the year, you're shooting for your goals. Corporate gives you your goals, or your owners give you your goals, and you're trying to hit your goals year after year. Well, what happens when the market slows down? Well, we build spec homes, of course, because if we don't, we're not going to get they don't have the opportunity to still build and close those by the end of the fiscal year, and we won't get our bonus. So that's what happens. You see a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of people, you give a lot of builders that continue to build even though the market has slowed. They're anticipating selling those homes off as spec inventory, right? Speculative homes.